It's a Saturday at EPCOT. Hey everyone, it's Herb from World of Walt, and welcome to another live broadcast from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. I am just about ready to get on Living Without Land. Once I do board the ship, I will be quiet so that you and everyone else around me can hear what's going on. We will take a little tour of the greenhouses. You might see a little bit of Christmas time fun sprinkled in. Looking forward to checking it out.
For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. Parents, please supervise your children.
Susan, good morning to you. Hello, Joan. Thanks for being here.
We're using video lines until we reach the greenhouse.
Crystal, happy Saturday morning to you.
Now, sit back,
Hi, Tanya.
relax, and enjoy living with the land.
Por su seguridad, permanezca sentado con sus manos y brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco y cuida a los pequeñitos. A manera de recordatorio, no tomar fotos con flash y
Hello,
luz de
Mark
video
from Wesley
antes de
Chapel.
llegar al inandero.
Let Saturday begin. Good morning, Barbie and Cheryl. Okay, everyone, enjoy the tour.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. Beneath the surface of the land, rich trap water from the flowing mud. Trap washes nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicine, and other elements essential to our lives. In the desert, nature has created a very different and no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
Here at EPCOT, we're learning to reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators, like ladybugs and wasps, to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In arid regions, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on saltwater. In Japan, we're learning that by mixing leaves and other living materials into our soil, we can make...
How will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from EPCOT and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, EPCOT scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land. On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratories. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the Behind the Scenes walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratory. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop. Please gather all your personal belongings. Lower your head and watch your step as you exit.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining me on Living with the Land. Might not have been able to pick it up, but the Christmas lights were installed throughout the greenhouses. It'll be fun to come back in the evening and check that out when it's dark and the lights are on. Saw a lot of comments that people enjoy living with the land. It's a great attraction. It is educational, it's relaxing, it's interesting, all good things. Jennifer, you are welcome. Thanks for being here. We're going to continue our tour of EPCOT today. Stroll around World Nature just a bit, and make our way back up to World Showcase. See what's going on. See if the EPCOT Christmas tree is in place at the entrance to the World Showcase. Amy, good morning to you. 40 days until your next trip. I hope that it's a good one. For anyone else who might be counting down the number of days until your next trip, you might want to consider checking out magicalcountdown.com. where you can get the paper-based countdown calendar to count down the number of days. It includes great tips and fun games for the kiddos. Sandy said, a wonderful ride to start the day. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate your being here for it. Very pleasant day today, 79, only on the way up to 83. A little overcast, but a nice day here in Central Florida. Robert has 141 days to go. Larry, good morning to you. Thank you for joining. see the glass pyramids of imagination off to our right. We're going to head over that way. We'll wave to Figment as we go by. Steve, happy Saturday to you from Oregon. Heather says, finally seeming like fall in Virginia. We've definitely got our edition of fall here in Central Florida as well. It's no longer in the 90s, mostly in the 80s. But it's actually nice. The humidity is down. It's a great time of the year to be here. Hello, Kate. Nice to see you. So EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival still going on. Lots of outdoor kitchens getting ready to serve up some lunchtime and dinner time treats. Robert, thank you so much for sharing the live broadcast. Truly appreciate that. One of the best ways to get the word out. So thank you. Thanks to all of you for your comments. Shares are great. Likes are great. Comments are great. Truly value and appreciate them all. Okay, Imagination Institute looking pretty good. Gwen says, so much fun. Gwen, thank you for being here. Appreciate you spending some of your Saturday with me. Thank you. Yeah, waterfalls of imagination. If water goes up, is it still a fall? I don't know. Keeps it delivered to friends in this holiday season. Thank you for asking. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered every single month, you can check out endofthemonthclub.com. It's great for yourself, great for friends, family, co-workers, government employees, anybody might enjoy a subscription to the End of the Month Club. All right, I think I need to find a shady spot, if there is such a thing, and try to adjust the screen, because it does not seem like the brightness is up where it needs to be. It was great when it was dark, but now that it's very sunny, it is not doing what it needs to do. So, always a dangerous thing to do in the midst of a live broadcast. I'm going to do my best to adjust my phone settings. The broadcast may pause for a moment. If it does, please come back in. I'll see you in just a second. Alright, hopefully we are back without too much of a disruption. Emily asked if there are any shirts in the hopper. Emily, thank you for asking that question. There are not one, not two, but 3 designs in process right now. 2 of them I have finalized, and 1 I hope to finalize this week so I can launch all 3 together in the upcoming weeks. They're kind of fun designs, mostly from the very creative mind of Topher, but I think you're going to like the way they look. So, yes, 3 designs, 2 final, 1 on the way, and I hope to release all 3 here shortly for your shopping, entertainment, fun. Thank you for asking. Okay, good. I'm glad that the phone decided to come back. It's good. Jackie, hello to you. I can see better as well. I think what happened is I turned the intensity of the screen down when I was sitting inside because it was a little too bright, and then I come outside where it is very bright. I couldn't see the screen. And sometimes the phone will turn down the brightness of the screen anyway, just to prevent overheating. But I'm outside. I need to crank it up so I can see what's going on. Anthony, 8 days to go and excitement is building. I hope you have an amazing visit here. Janet says, yay, t-shirts. All right, we're going to come up here to the entrance of World Showcase. We're going to hang a left. Make our way over towards the Mexico Pavilion. Beryl, good morning to you. Thank you for being here and spending some of your Saturday. I hope you were doing well. And Beryl, thank you for all that you do, all the writing and other work that you do to help out World of Walt. So much appreciated. Tara, good morning and happy Saturday to you. Christine, good morning. It is a good day just to take a little bit of a stroll around EPCOT. The weather is beautiful. Park looks great. All right, Susan's voting for Mexico. Shirley asked if I ride the Skyway. I have done that in the past. It's on my list of things to do again. It seems like my brain just always goes to the parks, but I do need to visit the Magic Kingdom area resorts in the upcoming weeks. Check out the amazing Christmas decorations, as well as the Skyliner. People have asked for both of those things. They're both wonderful ideas. Just need to make it happen. Marie, hello to you. 25 days to go. Joan says, have I ever ridden in the front car of the monorail? Actually, I have. It's been a long time because that is no longer a thing. But yes, in the olden days, you could ask to wait and ride in the front of the monorail. And I did that at least once that I remember. It was kind of a thrill. And if I recall correctly, I think I got a little card which said I had a license to drive the monorail or something to that effect. Which, of course, I didn't drive the monorail and I had no license, but it was fun. It was very fun, one of those little magical extras. Also, you have a great view out the front of the monorail. You can just see down the track. You can see everything 180 degrees that's coming toward you. So it's very cool. Okay, the prime Christmas tree of EPCOT, not up quite yet. Still have some decorations for food and wine, but I'm sure that will be transforming soon. Magic Kingdom is already decked out for Christmas, and the first Christmas parties have begun. Disney's Hollywood Studios is gearing up for Jollywood Nights as well. Miguel from Coco. His 50th anniversary statues, which are no longer designated as part of the 50th, but very cool. Phyllis, 5 days till the Grand Floridian. Good for you. That sounds like a wonderful visit. Hope you have a great stay there. You can see there are quite a few people out here today on a Saturday. Folks are going for their strolls. Janet said she rode in the front of the monorail as well. Fun times. That's a great question. I'm wondering how many of you have ever had the opportunity to do that. Not something that's available these days, or it hasn't been for a while. But I'm wondering if back in the day you had a chance to sit in the front of the monorail with the driver and work out the view. Tanya says Bella the puppy enjoys watching. Hello, Bella. Thank you for being here on Saturday. Donna, happy Saturday to you as well. Gerald said, glad they left the statues up. Me too. It was a fun, special thing that they did for the 50th. But each one is just an amazing work of art, so I'm glad they're still around for us to enjoy. I suspect, like a lot of things that are supposed to be for a special event, they find that people like them and they just continue to hang around. And it looks like the Mexico Outdoor Kitchen getting set up for business today. Cindy have ridden in the front of the monorail. So fun, very good. It's fun to meet other honorary monorail drivers. Carol Ann rode him many times. Keith said, what did the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride become at the Magic Kingdom? So there is a long and storied history of that attraction, the Magic Kingdom. It was kind of unceremoniously shut down, sat vacant for a while, was cleared, and now the former site of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in the Magic Kingdom is the home of the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and the Little Mermaid attraction, basically New Fantasyland. All right, we're going to take a little stroll into the Mexico Pavilion, just because we're here, and see if I can get 2 boat rides in if the line is not so long for the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros. Leonard, good morning to you in Michigan. Remember me. Alan, hello to you. Our Cava Tequila here. It's an entrance line. Karen said Grand Fiesta Tour is a favorite. Robert says River Country was fun. I do have fond memories of River Country. Going there as a kid. Except the time I went, and my friend, he was young, I was young, was having an issue with the locker, so he kicked it with his foot, and he sliced his foot open. And instead of spending the day enjoying River Country, we spent the day enjoying the emergency room and stitches. His, not mine. But oh, hey, at least there's a story to tell. Miriam, hello to you. Alright, looks like we're going to have to wait for a minute or 2 here for the 3 Caballeros, but not bad. This line normally moves along pretty quickly. See, everyone is setting up the restaurant for lunch and dinner time service. Alan said good fiddles there. We're switchbacking a lot here. Anthony's a fan of Frozen Ever After. Very fun attraction. Alright, won't be long now. Tanya said another ride. Deborah says boat ride is nothing great, but it's relaxing. It is a lot of fun. Elmer says doesn't wear pants but a swimsuit. I assume that's a reference to the characters in the attraction. Sorry, I don't always see all of the text going back and forth. But Elmer, thank you for your comments. Bill from Little Rock, hello to you. Got back from his trip, missed being here already. Happy to bring you a little taste of Disney, even when you just have a taste yourself. Judy, hola amigos to you. Keith says, shake your tail feather, Donald Duck. Carol says, loves the boat ride. Today is our day for boat rides. Kathleen from Brick, New Jersey. Donde está Donald? I love all the Spanish speakers here, or at least those who have learned a few words from this attraction. Keith asked, it's Taco Tuesday already. Not soon enough, I'll tell you that. Lori, hello to you from North Dakota. Thank you for being here. Ron, it is nice to see you as well. And Robert, thanks for being here. One.
Or one for you. You can go like this.
Okay. Oh. Well, we got row one, which is good. I thought I was going to get on this one, but we'll get on the next one. Didn't want to get squished in the doors. Tracy in Chile, Minnesota. Good morning to you. Happy to bring you some Florida sunshine. It is 79 degrees here. Jody, we did get a front row, which is awesome. And here we go. I hope I don't get wet. What means ay caramba? I don't know. Sherry said precious. Tanya said time to dance with Darwin.
See you next time. Catch us on tour. Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico.
Goodbye. Adios, amigos. Come again. See you next time.
And Donald, next time, please stay on the sarape, okay?
Sí. Hey, por México.
Donald, stay on the sarape.
Remember to stay seated. The boat reaches the dock. Gather your belongings and exit.
All right, won't be long now. Jennifer, see you next time. Susan, thank you for watching. HR Audio Stew. All right, we will make our way up towards the front of the park. So I saw some comments about the selection of rides, and I do my best to try to mix it up a bit. It's sometimes a challenge because I need to do something that's okay for a broadcast. An attraction like Soarin', for example, broadcast is not permitted. I need to watch about the lines, which means that typically I try to get a lightning lane so that I don't really have to wait in line. And then I'm at the mercy of what inventory is available, because I get up early on Wednesday to try to get a reservation, and you just don't know what you're going to get. And so there are certain attractions, like the Grand Fiesta Tour or Living with the Land, which typically don't have a long standby line, which make good candidates typically a reliable thing to do. So I do try to mix things up a little bit, but it's not always easy to figure out something that's suitable and allowed for a broadcast, something I don't have to wait a long time for, and something I can get into. There are also issues around the ability to maintain an internet connection, so I don't think I have done a broadcast of Spaceship Earth, maybe ever. So I've tried once or twice, and just given the construction of that facility, and just ain't no internet in there. I should maybe try it again, because sometimes things change, but that's another factor as well. So while there are dozens and dozens and dozens of attractions all across the Walt Disney World Resort, you start to filter them through what makes what's allowed in the broadcast, what I don't have to wait a long time for, what I can get a reservation for, what I can get a good internet connection for. Suddenly, the list of options gets smaller. But in the upcoming months, like I mentioned before, we will be doing some, I'd say, non-park only tours. Plans to check out some of the Magic Kingdom area resorts, as well as the Skyliner, which are all great ideas that have come from those of you here on the broadcast, so thank you for that. Lillian, hello to you. Debbie says she likes the choices. Thank you so much. Joan, appreciate that. Jennifer, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for being here. It's It's really a thrill for me to spend part of my Saturday with you to chat back and forth. I always appreciate your comments. Thank you for those likes and those shares. It's truly a highlight of my weekend, so thank you. Robert's voting for a monorail crawl. I think that could be an option. So an interesting thing about the monorail around the Magic Kingdom area resorts is that there's a security checkpoint when you get onto the monorail on the resort loop. So sometimes Disney security does not want you to film in a security check location, but I could probably get through that, start the broadcast while on the monorail, and then be able to get off the monorail, and that would be okay. So I've been trying to think about logistically how to make that one happen, and I think that is a real possibility. So it could be that I would start over towards the Contemporary ride around to the Polynesian, get off on the Polynesian, check out the lobby and the Christmas tree, walk over to the Grand Floridian, and wrap up there. So that's my working theory right there. Keith says, looking forward to the holidays with Herb Edition. Always fun to check out the Christmas decorations here at Disney. They just do a simply amazing job. And it takes a warehouse and a small army of people to make it all happen, but something that Disney has been working on for decades now, and they really have it down. Susan said the food smells good. You know, it does smell good walking by all these different outdoor kitchens. Such good stuff. A good day to eat your way around the world, and there are plenty of people lined up to do just that. Some of them might be having a beverage or two along the way. That's been known to happen. Shirley says, just walking through the parks and getting some Florida sunshine is a nice thing. I'm happy to share that with you. Someone said asked if I've seen the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian. I have not yet, but it is something I always like to do, and I do hope to check out here in the upcoming weeks. I have seen posts on the interwebs that the gingerbread house is now operational, so it's kind of a fun holiday tradition to stop by the Grand Floridian and see the gingerbread house. It's just it's a beautiful work of art, and it smells really good too. Several years ago, Disney did a post, the company did a post about how at the end of the Christmas time season, they dismantle the gingerbread house and they kind of put the pieces out in the field for honeybees to feast on. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool, because I always wondered what happens to this once the season is over. Because after having sat out for 2 months, the gingerbread probably not something you personally want to eat if it came off a shingle from the literal house itself. So always very interesting. All right, Epcot Spaceship Earth looking good. Travelmation agent says misses the fountain. That was a great part of the central spine of Epcot, the Fountain of Nations, which actually when it opened up, there were representatives from around the world who poured a little bit of water from their home territories into that fountain. It definitely added a lot of life and motion and great white noise to the area. So we don't have that now, unfortunately, but we do have this beautiful green space. Whereas if you remember, well, just several years back, what this section of Epcot looked like, and it was a lot more cement. Tanya says it's time for a shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. Tanya, thank you so much. You win the award, my undying appreciation, for prompting what is an unlimited, never-ending flow of shameless plugs for the Pin of the Month Club. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Michael, hello to you in Beechwood, New Jersey. I think that was Michael. A few folks here lined up to get their photos with the Walt the Dreamer statue. John, thanks for putting the link to the Pin of the Month Club in there. Appreciate that. Dory, 6 days and counting. Tracy says loves the Pin of the Month Club. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Thanks to all of you who support me in that way. Pin of the Month Club is probably the primary way you can provide support if it's something you're interested in. Thank you also for all of the purchases you've made with t-shirts and calendars, other stuff that I have offered over the years. So thank you. It's a great encouragement to me. It's fun to see folks having a seat there. Oh, get a nice view here through the central spine of EPCOT. World Celebration with the American Adventure beaconing on the other side of World Showcase Lagoon. Vicky has a December trip coming up. Iona says, hoping the pin is in today's mail. I hope that it arrives for you soon. HR says, when I retire, will we get a couple of broadcasts a week? HR, this is interesting. So I am still more than 1 or 2 years away from retirement, but less than maybe 15 or 20. So yes, part of my current retirement plan in the mode of who knows is I would love to spend more time on World of Walt and share even more Disney with everyone here. But still have a little bit of time before that happens. But that is something I do hope to be able to do. Thank you for asking. I actually have thought about that over the years. The breeze here at EPCOT feels very nice. Still warm at 80 degrees, but the breeze helps a lot. You can see the flags of the different EPCOT pavilions pretty much waving in the wind up there. Karen says, sounds great. Karen, I hope you and I both get to see those days. Brian says it is 10:59. Brian, thank you for that. Our hour is coming to a close, but we are going to get a chance to come up and just soak in a little bit of the EPCOT entrance experience. An amazing fountain and a beautiful structure that is Spaceship Earth. Patty, hello to you. He said I could become a volunteer at Disney. This is true. I got to imagine that that's a thing. I know that Disney has volunteer programs for cast members. Somehow I don't think they would turn down free labor. I don't know. Jamie, thank you for being here. And a happy Saturday to you. Pam, thank you. Nancy asked if I live in Celebration. I do live in Celebration, Florida. Not very far at all from the Walt Disney World Resort. And personally, I am a huge fan of the city, town, unincorporated district of Osceola County. For me, it is a beautiful place to live. I love the design. I love the way people maintain things. Folks there are nice. For me, it's an amazing place to live. Now, that said, I always tell people, if you're the type who wants to paint your house purple and you're a free spirit and you are not one who likes lots of rules, Celebration is not a place for you. But if you appreciate the way Celebration looks and you're willing to live within the rules that allow that to happen, I think it's an amazing place. It's a truly special community and just a gorgeous place to live, and I feel blessed to be able to live there. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for spending some of your Saturday with me, as always. I appreciate your comments, your likes, your shares. Always fun to chat back and forth. Yes?
Hi, my name is Amy.
Hi, Amy.
I'm from Chicago.
Hi, good to meet you. You want to say hi to folks on the broadcast?
Hi, everybody. Wish you were here.
It's a pretty nice day, huh?
It's wonderful.
Are you having a good visit?
Yeah, it did Remy and yeah, just enjoying the day.
Very good. Well, thank you for saying hi. I appreciate that.
Thank you for doing this. I really
Yeah.
enjoy, every Saturday. I try to get down here every year, but sometimes it's hard. So.
I understand. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Good to meet you in person.
You too. Yeah. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time and enjoy the warm weather. Maybe a little better than Chicago.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. That was great. Always nice when people stop and say hello. Okay, so thanks again. I appreciate your being here. I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Those of you who are veterans, thank you so much for your service. And I hope that you enjoy your well-deserved day of honor on Monday. So, until next time, God bless.